Well, today I'm going to show you a little bit what we did with the electrical on the small knockdown house. You know, 13 years maybe I think it is now, or something like that with the house. Rats chewed, of course, electrical and this and that. Outside of trying to sort out all the little different electrical issues, we just opted to, at the request of the electrician, just do the electrical over again, and we'll do it external. But you know, it's kind of a hodgepodge, mishmash of some of the equipment we had, piping and stuff. So starting on the outside, I'll show you what's up. So what he did was before this was all we had, was this going straight up into the house, which is still kind of sketchy. But anyway, he's taped it all up. Those other wires have been terminated, no good, and put it into a junction box and did that. And he put an external line going now, and that one will go inside, and it goes into the new breaker box. This is the air con that was added, so obviously we had to put more power into the house for that. These switches stay the same, but let's see if I can show you. Oh well, outside here, there was a outlet there that when you plug stuff in, it would always fall out anyway. It was all, but I capped it because it doesn't work anymore. And what he did was he put the outlet up here, which I guess is okay. And then he put a switch out here. I had actually tapped into this light, and I ran that power line all the way across to the other building, you know, for the water pump and stuff. I did that, you know, 13 years ago, whatever. So what he has done is put a switch on it, because we wanted to be able to switch the pump on from here. And, you know, and basically, I guess just tapped into it in a more formal fashion. But you can see this yellow line, you know, so that's what it was, with flexible conduiting. A little bit of white in there. But yeah, I picked yellow instead of all white. But and the inside, turn the light on here. Oh yeah, well, same with this. Ran a yellow conduiting down. This is the old switch here. Capped it. Put a new box with one single plug and a switch. And then it just basically goes around. It's got junction boxes. Not quite sure what all that goes to, but I know one of them obviously goes to this light, and then down to the old switch, which the switch itself was still good. So he put a different new box on it. I capped the old one where the hole is, you know, where the rats would go. And it goes all the way around. Again, another junction box. I'm not too sure about all these junction boxes, but comes down to a new plug up here. The old one was down here, capped it. And you go over here to the bathroom area. He hooked up the hot water. Those are the terminated ends. I don't know why those are still there. Probably because he couldn't push them through. I remember looking at that. They were so tight in these little in the hole that I couldn't even push them in there. I can probably, they're not live at all, so I can probably chop those off later. But he ran this, another junction, all the way around, junction to the light, and then he looks like he punched a hole through the tile there. That looks like a possible rat entrance. But he's got a couple of things going here, and I don't know what that is, man. Double lines going in, flexible hose into junction box into the new breaker box. This breaker panel is a lot bigger than certainly needed for this little house, but and actually it looks like I see this is actually an old switch. I just noticed that. I guess I can change that. Put the separate breaker for the hot water shower. And over here, the air conditioning, rewired the air conditioning. Again, more yellow conduiting all the way down to, looks like he mounted a whole wall switch here for that, and also a box separately for the refrigerator here. another breaker, and that is a plug that I also capped down there. This line, I think it's still live, goes into the wall, which is probably goes out to the air conditioning, I guess. Anyway, it is quite the collection of lines being drawn inside here for the electrical rework on the Knockdown house. Now, you know, I'm not an electrician by any means, but could that have been done differently? Probably. But do I really care about it? Not so much. It's cool. I mean, you know, external. Not gonna worry about rats chewing them because it's all outside. And if anything needs to be replaced, can easily just swap it out, right? Get her done. So that's a good thing about it being able to, you know, swap out. Well, that's it for the electrical. It hasn't rained today. It's been sunny just the last couple hours, but it looks like my bricks over there are drying out on the shop house. What I'm gonna do later today, maybe I should go to the everything store right now and buy a couple. There's cheap, it's only like 100 baht or something for a big old plastic tarp. And I could probably put a plastic tarp over those bricks now that they're dry, so it doesn't get rained. And then maybe tomorrow, see if I can't build it up. I talked to my sister, my older sister in Georgia. Yeah, another humid place. And she was suggesting that in my Long Queen here, in this beautiful piece of Thai cultural architecture, transportation I should say, that I should fill it with flowers. Well, probably not the flowering season, but I'll see what I can do. I like flowers. I did buy a whole bunch of seeds for different wildflowers and stuff, so, and certainly sunflowers, but I haven't figured out where I want to put sunflowers. You know, they need to actually get a chance to grow. So that means they need sun, well drained, etc., etc., etc. Alright, man, more about that later. Let's see what's going on next time. And oh yeah, speaking of electrical, we decided that we're going to put a second meter in that will go to take care of the shop house rebuild and also this small Knockdown house. That's why that big breaker box is in the Knockdown. We're going to run that one breaker box panel off into both the small Knockdown and the big house. So today I went out and bought the power cable to pull all the way from the street, and of course the mounts, all the hardware needed to run that cable from the new meter, which will be on the road, and over probably about 15 meters this way, and then another 130 or so down here at this last pole. So yeah, another electrical job. We won't do that though. I think the same guy who did the small Knockdown house will be able to mount up the hardware on those poles for us. We got the bolts and all that stuff, so it's just a matter of putting it together. I probably could do it, but I'm not gonna. I don't really relish getting up on that bamboo ladder to do that, but you know, push come to shove, I will. I did still want to get up there and fix those solar lights, but you know, I want good weather when I'm on a bamboo ladder. All right, man, more later. Back at you. Hey guys, so another sunny day. It didn't rain last night, so that was cool. Well, what that meant was that I was able to get out here early in the morning and finish that wall up. Boom. So now all I have to do is, I do have to do some minor cement work on the wall still, but you know, get ready to push that sand around, fill it in, lay out that rebar for the, you know, for the grid, and then we'll get that pour over here. We also we've got the guy up on the line right now trying to bolt in those electrical hardware, pull that new line all the way here for the new meter. Alright, man, well, I thought I'd take my drone and go take a shot of him doing that, but I thought, I wonder if I scared him. He fell off that bamboo ladder. Alright, man, well, let's get back at you.